have you got?
Jukes. I see someone, but I don't think they're alive.
This house is clean.
Jumpy.
Another dead zone. The only thing alive in here is the smell.
They're not coming back.
Well, if you're gonna ride out the apocalypse, no better way to do it than with some castles and crusades.
Hey, you too. Take only what you need.
Trollord Games. Join the fray.
Do we have sound? Is everything good? It has been a while. It's been like a couple weeks since I was online, I think. I've
been a bit.
Gallivanting around the country. Yeah. We have sound. Sign of the Apocalypse. Excellent. Everything actually worked. Sweet. We're getting there. We're getting there. I just uploaded the Hermit, the end sheets, the maps, the cover, all of the printers. So that's off to the races now. So that's off desk. And then we turn our attention to the player's handbook. But all that aside, I am Stephen Schnauf, CEO of Trollord Games. This is September 24th, 2024, and this is Ask Me Anything, or the UFO channel. It's not the UFO channel, but it is the Ask Me Anything. So if you have any questions for me, throw them up here about the company, what we're doing, UFOs, movies, whatever. And thank you, Wolf Alone. I'm in sore need of one of these about now. Hank Scorpio 33 says, Steve, can you give us the elevator pitch for the Dragon's Crucible setting? Yes, absolutely. So you have the world of Erd, and inside the world of Erd, you have the world of Inzaya. Inzaya was created by the dragon goddess Inza, and she is a creature of utter and total destruction. The world reflects that. It is a very violent, grim world where silver is the base coin and wealth is not easy to attain. Very little magic. Lots of religious rituals and mythologies that play into the characters. It is a deadly, dangerous world that has consumed more of my characters than any other setting, I think, except any other setting. So it really, at the end of the day, it is kind of a low fantasy, grim setting. Lots and lots and lots of fun. And as we produce more of that, more of the Enzea stuff, and this is what Davis is working on now, the Dragon's Crucible, you'll see there's more and more kind of there's a lot of mythology, and then there's rituals tied into it. So it's very, very, very cool. Lots of fun. But you got to be into kind of the low treasure, high risk type of setting. But that is the elevator pitch. Hopefully that answers your question, Hank Scorpio. It's worth looking into. It's definitely worth looking into. And we've tied it into the world of Aird through the Rings of Brass and all kinds of stuff so that you can actually jump back and forth. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah, I don't know what I did. I have no idea. I just spontaneously started bleeding, I suppose. I don't know. I'm getting as bad as Davis. I'm constantly turning around and my fingers are bleeding from one thing or the other, which is odd. I suppose most of my day at this keyboard. So I'm not sure how that happens. Clever has returned. How's it going, man? How you doing? And April Nicole Hill, thank you for joining us in the chat. And I think I know you. I think we have met before, but how's it going, Clever? Glad you can join us. Hadn't talked to you in quite some time. It is a wonderful Tuesday, and we're going to dive into whatever Lord knows what's next. Well, I'm reading, Clever. You always want to know what I'm reading. I'm reading Top Secret Magic by Stanton Friedman. So I have discovered. Backer kit for the Hermit's coming very soon. I think Chuck and I have just about got that wrapped up. We got a couple of things to tweak and get that out to you guys. I've discovered that a lot of this UFO stuff from the 80s, if you're reading it from the 80s and the 90s, it's about 5 or 6 authors just arguing with one another in published books. It's interesting. It took me a little while to realize what is going on here, but about book 6, I realized that, so this is just one gigantic argument over what happened at Roswell and this Majestic 12, which may or may not be. Yeah, it's all very interesting. The idea behind the Majestic 12 is one of these UFO researchers received a 35 millimeter film canister, developed it, and on the film was this 12 documents, 12 pages from the secret document that the Truman administration had sent to the Eisenhower administration about the setup of 12 individuals who were investigating or running the UFO show. So it's very interesting. It's mostly been debunked. I was believing that it was a fraud or a hoax until the FBI got involved, and then the FBI said it's definitely a hoax. Now I'm wondering maybe it's not a hoax. I don't trust the FBI so much, so I don't know what to believe. So I'm diving into this Stanton Friedman, who's one of the advocates that it is not a hoax, to see what he says. It's very interesting. And DG did some fun stuff with MJ12. I don't know who DG is, but it like I've said from the beginning of this reading venture that I began 6 months ago or 3 months ago, whatever it was. This stuff, forget whether you believe it or not. Just set all that aside. That's a conversation for a different day. But it is great science fiction, and it is filled with amazing adventures, plot hooks. Just lots and lots and lots and lots of fun stuff that you could bleed into your games without hardly any effort whatsoever. It's just really, really, really cool. I will get you a list. Tim Burns and I were talking. We're going to meet in about 2 weeks again. We're going to begin creating a database of UFO stuff. We're going to kind of we're going to take a plunge into that. And just because part of it is trying to find what to read and what it is, because there's so much literature. Some of it's very good. Some of it's not very good.
I think it's good you're doing it, because eventually we'll have a expansion for that. So you need to do your research.
Yeah, and it's one of the things that I've talked to Jason Vey quite a bit about with Amazing Adventures. I've started writing. I've written one adventure for that game, the Ruins of Innsmouth, and I'm working on. It'll be at least a year, I imagine, before I can get to it because of the Codex of the Plains. But What I want to do when I write for AA is bring in real world stuff so that you can kind of, when you're playing the game, you can really relate to it. Whether it's Aleister Crowley's Book of Magic or Stanton Friedman's, Top Secret, the Majestic 12 book, whatever. So that if you find this book, here's your resource you can use, find information, and I give you a +1 to do this or whatever it is. I think that Amazing Adventures is tailor made for the stuff that I'm reading, and the stuff that I'm reading is tailor made for Amazing Adventures. So I don't think that was anyone's intent. when that spaceship crashed or did not crash in Roswell, as depending on whatever your opinion is. Wintery says, "Did I hear something about the Reforged Kickstarter in the beginning of the stream?" You did not. I haven't talked about it yet, but I can do a really quick breakdown. Super, super, super excited about. Let's say hello. Just ordered from Amazon. Waiting for the PHP to arrive. MT arrived yesterday. Excellent. Copy, artful. So the Player's Handbook literally is done. I'm taking in the last minute edits. I think Jeremy sent me some today, but it's done. I'll fix anything that, if someone finds we need a colon here or whatever, I'm going to go in and fix it. The CKG we're going to do now, and we're going to do one last read over the Player's Handbook, but there's no more big changes coming. Nothing. It's done. CKG is the same, and the Monsters and Treasure said he would have the edit done to me by Monday, and Jeremy has promised all the art done by Monday. So on Monday it goes to late, and we'll wrap that book up relatively quick. This is something Peter has been doing for years, so putting it together.
Should we show him?
Show him what?
The newest monster for the M&T?
Oh yeah, you got.
I gotta put it up there, man. I went ahead and snuck and dropped it in the supporters club in Discord. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, man, it is.
I'll put it up there right now.
So this is the latest piece of art that's come in, and it is the Undead Dragon, the Dragon Lich. It's just wait till you see this thing. Let's see. Agree, Johan. It just needs to be blah blah blah. Question also, any AA updates? Yeah, so the books actually arrived today. We're waiting for the screens now. Let me get those suckers. They turned out fantastic. I'm super.
Oh, let's see those. I want to see those.
Both of them. The Chronicle Keeper's Guide has arrived.
God bless, that looks beautiful.
Here. And the Player's Handbook has arrived as well. So I'm just super jazzed on those.
Beautiful.
I'm going to talk to Dakota tomorrow about looking into shipping those people who just ordered the books. We can go ahead and get those moving.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. If not, the screens should be here. I approved all the proofs. What is today? Tuesday? Yesterday. So hopefully we'll get the screens next week and we can start closing this whole thing out.
Yeah.
My engineering trip cost us a little bit of time.
We got another question here. You want to grab it real quick, and then I'll show the picture. Castle Yigsburg, the whole thing's coming. All 42 levels. You see that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have, if you have not already, go. I'm not sure where Grace has it, but definitely sign up for that thing. We've got our first round of advertisements already rolling. We're going to do a Kickstarter for that in January, February timeframe, and it will include Yigsburg, the Eastmark, the Castle, the Environs, the Mouths of Madness, and levels 1 and 2 at least, if not the first 4 levels. And we're really not sure where we're going to land on that. I got to get a hold of Mike and find out where we are. But yeah, we're gonna hammer through all of these things all the way to the end of the 17 levels.
Yeah. I know I said I was gonna do that, but I lied to you. There's one other question I want you to hit up here. It's kind of a common question here. So I guess Ray Tales is asking about the Reforged Player's Handbook PDF, and where was the other one at? Oh, and Sweeper was asking about the AA CKG PDF. I think both of those product lines were done with the alpha deliveries of the PDFs. Now it's just going to go we're heading towards print, so there probably won't be any more of those sent out through drive-through till they're done, right?
Yeah, the Amazing Adventures will get out. Yeah, we'll get out in the next few weeks because it's done. So we just need to get the very final one to everybody. For both of the Player's Handbook and the CKG. And the Player's Handbook, the CC Player's Handbook, Chuck's probably right, but we may do one more. It's not going to be many. We may do one because it is really, she's done. So I don't know if it was the ballpark for the new books, King Maglet. I want them, what is it, September 24th. I would like them at the printers around October 15th. That is my go-to date. I want them in the warehouse before Thanksgiving. So that
Yeah.
gives us 3 weeks to wrap these guys up, which is very, very doable. With the art in, it's all very doable. So I'm confident. 2 weeks, no, the 3 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I am confident, but and the nice thing is there's really in front of us. There's some artwork that needs to be done on the armory, the Monstrous Armory book, but it's not going to distract us because I won't be working on that. Jeremy won't be working on that. Chuck won't be working on that. No one will be working on that except some artists. So we can focus on getting these 3 core books done. The only hiccup may be the C series. We may not ship that with the Kickstarter, but we're going to try to. We're only up to C5 on the maps, and the maps are going to be an issue. But
Always art.
Yeah, we will send 2 packages if it is necessary to do that, to get the books out in time. All right, you got that Dragolich?
Yep. I was just, yeah. So here we go, folks. This is, we can't call it the Dracula Lich, so we call it the Lich Dragon. Same difference, right?
There you go.
All right, here we go. Tell me what you think about this, guys. I mean, I kind of like it. I don't know. I kind of like it. I think it's pretty decent.
Man, I tell you what.
I want Mark at Noble Dwarf to make me a print of that to put on my wall. I'm telling you right now.
This will be a new monster for the Monsters and Treasure, correct?
Yes, it
it's
will
never
be.
been it on.
No, I'm so happy.
That's the 11th. That's the 11th dragon done, and Jason Walton, not Faye, but Jason Walton has started on the 12th dragon, which is the Platinum Dragon. And Davis and I sat down today and came up with a very cool idea for the Platinum. And not to take away from this Dracolich all over, but man, that grain is just amazing. It just
it's insane. That's
all the way down to the notches on that warrior's sword.
Yep.
I mean, it is.
And I'm assuming that's probably it. That could be a Death Knight on the back of him or something. You know, something undead. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
To be riding a Dracolich, you better be a badass. That's all I can say.
Yeah, no kidding.
So
I think it's just perfect. Jason has just. I don't know. I have no idea what's happened, but
yeah, we definitely want to get some posters made of it and stuff because that's. Anyway, I got a lot of plans.
I told anybody. We just released a journal today. Chuck and I put a journal together. Got bamboo cover on it. Go check that thing. That's badass.
Yeah,
we're going to do a calendar. We're going to do a calendar at the end of the year for 2025, and it's going to have all 12 of these dragon pictures in it. And of course, we'll put the undead dragon in October. So we're going to do all 12 of them. Super sad. But on the Platinum Dragon coming up. I don't know if I should tell anybody, but why not? The Bahamut or whatever his name is, the Platinum Dragon will be airborne, clouds around him, and a portal opening in front of him with pit fiends coming out, and the dragon's going to be slaughtering the pit fiends as they come out. So,
insane, man. That's crazy.
These dragon pictures are just so cool.
He's got it right. Vic does. He says he's probably afraid to get off the Lich Dragon. He's probably on like, shit, get me off. They're all dying, you know. That could be the problem. Who knows? You know.
He just did a great job. The color's good on that. It pops. I mean, it's just crazy good.
Yeah.
Crazy good.
That reminds me, I still want to do an advent calendar. I want to do one so bad. It'd be cool. A digital one, online. You know?
No, online would be great.
Yeah, you go in there, you click on it, it opens up. And I told you about all that shit before. You know what I'm talking about.
And the good news is we got Monica on deck that probably could do that. And we got Dakota on deck. You need to reach out to Dakota and talk to him about it, what he wants to do, what he can do for each day. And then you guys.
Oh, yeah, right. No, that's a good idea, Steve. It's really good.
And the important thing is leave me out of the conversation.
Yes, we're trying to. Have you noticed it's getting quieter and quieter, slowly but surely? It's got to be a weird thing. It's got to be a weird thing for you. It's got to be.
It's very strange because it's been very quiet. But the nice thing is for everyone out there, some of you guys have been with us for a long time now, and you've lived through the struggles. For the first time in a long time, I feel like we got a really good, solid crew on deck, and I will tomorrow, not in 2 weeks, but tomorrow, start writing on the Coda to the Plains again. I have no paper on my desk. I have nothing that needs to be filed or paid. or any of that. Everybody has got tasks to do and jobs to do, and I'm being consulted less and less, which is wonderful. So I will finally be able to swing back around and get onto the Codex.
That's good news. That is good news.
We need to finish that. Something fierce. Jason Bay sent over a really long kind of outline for the Exaltum book. Some of the books, creatures he wants to put in Exaltum. I read through those. They were fantastic. So tying in the Codex of the Plains, the Codex Infernum, and the Codex Exaltum all together is just is what we got to do.
Yeah, it's gonna be wonderful. It'll be glorious. Did I miss the UFOs?
Never. We always circle back around. we always circle back around, and either tonight won't be tonight. Probably. What is tomorrow? Wednesday or Thursday? Have to be tomorrow. Really. We're going to do our first UFO show. I haven't told Chuck that yet, but we're going to get. We want to do this for a while, so we're going to do a late night show for UFO. Yeah.
Let's see. Question: how is the Foundry module coming along? Well, Anchor, I reckon it's doing all right. He's been already pestering me about the CKG. I think him and his team's doing a pretty good job of hammering through it. I think they're doing all right. They were good about finding a lot of edits, which was nice. They're doing all right.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Sparky.
Sparky has joined. Greetings from St. Louis. Hope you're trolling hard. What are you doing in St. Louis, Sparky?
Yeah, I've been messaging you. No wonder I can't find you.
I spent a little bit of time looking for warehouse space today, something to buy or whatnot. And every time I do this, I think of St. Louis, because St. Louis, for those of you who have never been through St. Louis, it used to be a huge factory town, and it has some of the most beautiful brick buildings, huge factory buildings that are just abandoned at this point. And every time I start looking for a space, I think, we need to move to St. Louis and set up in one of those buildings, but we're not going to do that. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I know. It would be a good place, but Little Rock's not too far away, so it's not that big.
Little Rock's not too bad. Thank you, Malaki. I'm very happy with that book. What else? Something else landed. The Rock landed. Peter sent the Rock over last night. The giant bird of prey.
Oh yeah.
Man, there's just so much going on. It's going to be nice come November for a little bit of a slowdown where we can kind of catch our breath and whatnot. Hopefully. Anchor, so look at probably next week we will do the Hermit backer kit. Now that the Hermit, so there's going to be some bumps for the road to getting the Hermit out. We have to get it in stock before we can have the slipcase made. So it's going to be about 3 to 4 weeks before we can even begin on the slipcase, and the slipcase takes a couple of weeks after that. I'll get everything kind of set up beforehand, but we won't have the actual dimensions of the case itself before we can launch. But
probably gonna be what, December something? Maybe right after Black Friday. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hoping November. It just kind of depends on.
We're gonna have a bunch of stuff at one time. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah, Dakota's caught up. The mailroom in the print shop is looking great. He's got everything stocked up, and he said, "Man, I don't want to keep asking you what I'm supposed to be doing." I said, "Oh, just take a breather, because it's it's coming. You're gonna have 3,000 packages to ship, so it's a coming."
Absolutely.
Owlbear's just about to sign me up. Absolutely. I'm glad Stephen clarified it was The Rock and not The Rock. That was the overspell. I get your Ray Tales. He did a good monster movie a couple of years ago. The Rock did. Really, really good. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Ravencraft. I saw the Roswell sign, and I was hoping you guys would make it to Roswell Galacticon next year. Dude, we're going to try to. So we're going to shake things up a little bit in the trail. One of the things that I touched on this earlier, Tim and I are going to begin kind of building a UFO database, UFO reading database for people to kind of access. And he called me the other day, and he said he's really got a hankering for this legendary cheeseburger that I keep talking about. He wants to go to Tatum. So I think he and I are going to go out and see if we can't visit the original crash site on Mac Brazel's ranch, and then cut over to Tatum and have a cheeseburger. And if we're looking at the next month, give or take, Tim's got to clear his schedule, and I got to make sure some stuff clear for a 2-3 day trip out there over a weekend. And if we do that, we'll have to have Chuck on deck so we can stream live. If we could somehow stream live,
yeah, we could stream easily. I could bring my laptop. It'd be easy. Fix it easy.
That would be really cool. Kind of a cool thing. Tim and I are batting around. Wouldn't we have to find a visit him to pick it up? After finding
We're talking about sending Davis out to be the hermit and deliver first stretch reward.
There you go. There
Dress
you
him
go.
up as the hermit. You wouldn't have to do a whole lot.
Yeah, he kind of looks that way. He is kind of a hermit to begin with. The nice thing is, I don't know if Davis will be on Thursday night stream. I might actually be. I don't think I'm leaving till 6. But I'm going up to see Davis Thursday night. I'm going to be there for the weekend. But I'm going up, presumably, to bring him his new computer and his new monitor. And the new monitor is got a built-in microphone and a built-in speaker and a built-in camera. So
For him though, that's good. That's really good, actually. I think that's better.
yes, so that he doesn't have all that stuff to deal with, we can set him up. So I'll be hitting up Chuck sometime Friday to help me get it all set up, so Davis doesn't have to touch anything ever again, and he can be on the streams a little bit more regularly than he is.
Yeah.
Than he is now. We got any questions floating around?
MJ Cook says, will the CNC starter set be available for pre-order, or will it be crowdfunded? And we'll have Jason Walton, and will it have a Jason Walton homage cover?
Now, by starter set, I assume you mean the new whatever we're calling it.
Well, we're calling it. I think we're going to go with starter set. So I told Jeremy that we were talking about it.
We would like actually to do a short crowdfund this year, if possible. It's mostly written, is my understanding. I think Jeremy has a little bit of work to do. On
yeah. I've been helping him a little bit when I have time. I don't have time anymore much, but I look through his stuff. He's making a lot of progress.
Yeah, David's talking about it, and the big thing is going to be art.
Davis has been real good about helping him with it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so we'll see if we can get some art together that we're happy with. I would like to do a very short window, 10 days or something. No 30-day thing or any of that crap. But I want it to be done. I don't want it to be partially done or half done or whatever. I want it to be done before we do that.
Well, and who knows? Maybe we may end up having to do pre-order. I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter as long as we get, you know what I mean?
We'll definitely do a pre-order, but before I crowdfund it, I want to get it done. I really, we got 5 kind of sitting out there right now. And it's time to get these guys wrapped up and out. It's going to be so much content flowing out of the troll dens in the next 90 to 120 days.
I'm really curious to see what next year is going to be like for us. You know what I mean? Because we've already got stuff in front of us. We've got stuff we're working on, but it's different now with the Gygax stuff. We didn't have that a couple years ago, so now.
In Barsoom, we've got Barsoom.
Oh shit, that's right, man. That's right.
I mean, it's going to be a crazy year next year, which is why I want to get this stuff. I want to get it done. I want to get it out of the way so everybody can get it on their bookshelf, start playing, and we can get it off ours. And I really just want to work on the Codex of Plains and finish the Pools of Dunhollow. I got about, another 30,000 words on the Pools of Dunhollow, and it's I'm gonna drop this, Chuck. You can put this. So this is some art because I was able to breathe a little bit today. I see if I can find this damn thing. What is it? Short Tales. Because I was able to breathe a little bit today, I started going through all these files I got everywhere, and this is a piece. This is a piece that Zoe did for some of the aired fiction that has just been consumed somewhere. It's the Tularian and Uther story. And so what I really want to do is shift my focus to the Codex of Plains and fiction for aired. And I want to get a graphic novel put together for the Uric stories.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
And while we dive into, the game designers and the company and dive into Barsoom and Castle Zagig and whatnots. But there's so much content floating around that we've got to get these guys out. Yes, that is the Lich Dragon. But I got bad news for you and Chuck, Jeremy. It can't be called a Lich Dragon because it's got to be called Dragon, something, because it needs to go in the Dragon section.
Can we call it Dragon, Draco Lich?
I guess.
That's
where does Draco Lich?
That's Forgotten Realms.
Oh, probably not then.
Oh, come on.
There you go. Jeremy said it's called Dragon,
Yeah, that looks good. That looks good.
There we go.
The
good.
Perfect problem solved there.
Problem solved. It didn't take 2 weeks. It's a small miracle. Let me know when you make your way to Roswell. I would love to have you guys sit in on one of my games. That'd be very cool, Ravencraft. I don't. I've talked to Tim day before yesterday. He's looking at his schedule. It's going to be one of our drive out there, spend 1 day, drive back. It's just 11 hours from Arkansas, so it's not too far. Get a burger and come back.
There you go.
Yeah, so that it's just and that's just part of the fiction of Aired, and those pictures are just absolutely beautiful. Zoe did a fantastic job on it. We've got so much content floating around that it's time to get it out. And I'm so happy that Amazing Adventures has landed. This has been, it has not had the troll love for a while. Super happy these books are here on deck. Get it all going. Question: when will the Troll Lord Games World of Warcraft start up? Never soon enough. It's another thing Davis and I have been talking about quite a bit. This licensing thing. I've got to get my way out to GDC, and even before that, I've got to get. And I have time now. The nice thing is I have time now. Dakota's taken over all the extraneous work here, which is fantastic. Running the print shop, the mailroom, and I don't have to do anything like that. So I actually got extra time, and we'll see. Question, Steve, how do you typically handle initiative? I'm watching you run the Glade from like 3 years ago, and it seems a little more chaotic than I've normally seen, but I like it. It seems like you're asking everyone for initiative at different times. Yeah, Aramel, I do. I never do static initiative. I always do. Everyone rolls initiative every round, and I usually start at the right-hand side of the table, and I work my way around. If everybody's fighting individual monsters, it can get very chaotic, which is cool. If they're fighting, all fighting one monster, it's a little bit easier, but I still have them all roll initiative each round. It makes you can't plot what you're going to be doing. You can't sit there and plot. You've got to react to your initiative roll. So it creates this level of kind of chaos at the table, which I think is fantastic. People have to think a little bit more on their feet. And it changes it up constantly. There's nothing static. It's not like a war game. It's like, anytime you're doing something, outside, it's very chaotic. Sometimes that bobcat's going to move a little faster. Sometimes you're going to move a little faster, and that's why I do it that way. I'm glad you picked up on the chaos because I love it. That's the part I love the absolute most is the chaos. It's what I was talking to some gamers last week, and they were talking about the theater of the mind and everything. And one of the other things I love about this kind of approach is when I describe something and I don't use miniatures and I don't use battle maps and I don't use VTT or any of that, people get a little confused as to what's going on. I didn't really know where my character was. That's okay. That's the fog of war. It's crazy. It's fast. It's all happening inside of 10 seconds. Each round is 10 seconds long. It's hard for the brain sometimes to catch up. I'm a little bit lenient, of course, when they try to cast spells or try to do, I meant to do this or I meant to do that or whatever it is. I give a little bit of leniency to it, but I try to create this sense of chaos and a fog of war around everyone so that it's just, it's that much more nerve-wracking, right? And that's part of the fun of an action-based game where you're playing the hero. And at its core, that's what these role-playing games are. You're the hero or heroine or whatever. And I think having a little bit of that nervousness at the table is good. It's very good. Nope, me versus the Bobcat. Bobcat is always going to win. Probably a Wolfalone is always going to win. They're insanely fast and very strong. Question, is there any plans to give monsters ability scores since some mechanics require them to spell touch attacks with card decks? No. Dr. Juice, we'll never do that. That makes and the reason that we won't ever do that is it makes the CK's job that much more difficult, that much more stuff that you've got to track. As it stands right now, you've got your mentals are prime or the physicals are prime, and then just assume that everything is 12 or 18 and go. And the bonuses there's no bonuses other than the creature's level or hit dice. Yeah, it's level now, I guess. But it's one of those. We had a long conversation in the design process for Castles and Crusades, and I was the most adamant against it because Mac didn't want to do it either. I can't remember where Davis landed. He probably wanted to do it, knowing Davis, because he likes his monsters so much. But the idea is to keep as much work off of the GM, the CK, as you possibly can, so that they can tell their story and spin their yarns and react quickly to 4 to 6 to 12 people at the table doing whatever craziness. And if you've got 37 orcs and you've got to track all of their abilities, it's hard enough to track their hit points, much less all of the other stuff. Question: would you call combat a scrum then? I don't know what to make of that, Malaki, but yes, we'll go with yes on that. Agile Monk, yep, just shoot me a Discord. I'll try to answer it. I'm a little bit better on Facebook, but just barely. Shoot me.
I would doubt that. Maybe.
Maybe. It just depends on when I get on any one of them, and it really isn't because I have something against social media or whatever. I get so busy, and I actually thought last night I'm going to make a regimen for myself where I spend 10 minutes on Twitter, 10 minutes on Facebook, 10 minutes on Discord.
Agile, I'll make sure he checks Discord tomorrow.
Yeah, if I would do that every day, I would stay on top of it, but I don't. And my brain is like, I checked Facebook yesterday, and it's actually 6 days ago. So it's
Look at Aaron, he chimes in. LOL, I'm still waiting on my Prince Innocent Discord message from 3 weeks ago. Oh, Lord.
Wait a minute, I'm going to open up Discord now.
It's going in there now. Damn it.
I want to say I looked at it. It's gone for a week, but I swear that I looked in it and couldn't see Armel's comment. Yeah, there's something
It's probably
here.
a private message, Steve. Could be a private message.
Okay, so I'm in here.
Upper left-hand corner. A little
Upper
smiley.
left, I see a blue Xbox remote thing.
Yeah, kick on that guy, or click on that guy, not kick on him.
Click on that. Okay.
And then there's your list of privates down, direct messages down. You'll probably find a ton.
It says 8, but nothing changes. I see stuff from forever. Here's one.
You see where it says friends, Nitro, message request, shop, all that on the right?
Yes, I
Just
see
below that's the start of the direct messages. And therein lies 15,000 messages been waiting for years to be answered.
Wait, here's one from Aramo.
He's
All right.
found them. He's like,
Found
oh.
it. Okay, there you go.
Look,
All right, I got it.
Jeremy said, I've been waiting on Steven to read a contract I seen for 3 years ago. Don't hold your breath.
Well, I was looking at the wrong. It's funny. I was clearly just looking at the wrong thing. There you go. All right, good enough. I have him
my
now.
God.
That's funny.
Excellent. Oh, Donkey Juice said, as a comment back to what you were talking about. So, is there any way to get a Monster Touch AC, or is it just always flat 10?
It's always flat 10. Yeah, just always go flat 10. Just keep it as simple as you humanly can, because it'll just make things go much, much, much faster. And that's the cool thing about the touch attack. There's no real defense against it. You either got touched or not, and you're dead or whatever's coming your way. Yeah, I'll ignore most of it, Armel. No, I won't. I'll answer them all. Does a halfling monk have a 35 base speed? That Chuck, you looking that up? Yeah, Chuck's looking that up. I don't know that off the top of my.
Well, I know what he's getting at. I'm just wondering. Oh, that reminds me. Never mind. Nothing with you. You did your job. You fixed that damn class ability shit. I found that fine. I went and checked it again. It cropped up in one of my games. I said, I thought he fixed that. But I realized we were using an older printing of the book.
Oh yeah, there you go.
All right, so halfway.
We are about sold out of the 9th printing. It is about gone.
I know. I'm so
I'm
thrilled.
concerned it's not going to make it before the 10th arrives. And we've had a whole lot of people joining in.
We can
joining
put
at
it.
the table.
You want to double the price of it on the store? Maybe that'll slow it down.
We do have some 8 printings. Peter Bradley's cover, some 8 printings. The homage cover, that cover.
Yeah.
And the books are essentially the same. I mean, I literally think there was 3 corrections from the 8th to the 9th printing. I think.
Yeah, so we might just do a sale, or something. But so to answer his question, halflings themselves get no bonuses for speed, so then it would go right back to being the monk straight up, which would be what is it? Speed would be. No, he said it was 35 at first level. Yeah.
So a halfling monk would be 35 first level.
Yep, insane, which is awesome.
It's a fast moving little.
No kidding. Well, it's like that picture. I think there's a picture in there somewhere of those couple halfling barbarians. They're swarming that mouth, so
Man,
that's why in Inclunade, halflings down there will eat you.
Cannibals.
Oh yeah, they're vicious little beasts. They don't do it.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I absolutely love that picture.
That's a great one.
And Zoe did that.
She's the one who did that. I didn't realize that. Okay. I didn't
Oh
know
yeah,
that.
yeah, she did that. And she did those two gnomes that I don't know if we put those up the other day, but those
Yeah.
things are just fantastic. She just did a great job.
Yeah.
If I hear Jeremy says if I hear Chuck say include one more time, I'm going to lose my mind.
Woo!
Jeremy, I think you've already arrived at that train station. They move like a marble in a work. Let's see. In Ursel, anyways. Yes, indeed. In the lands of Ursel. All very good stuff. So, with no questions pending, I'll do a really quick rundown of where we are on everything. We are overdue for a round of
Hold
update.
on. I forgot. Jeremy's calling me a coward. I have another piece of art I want to show off real quick for you getting your rundown. I
All right,
promise.
what do you
to
got?
show. Well, I haven't looked at the picture. I hope it's safe for viewers, but we're going to look at it anyway just to see. This is from the M&T. It's another monster. It is called the Behemoth. How would you pronounce it?
The Behemoth.
Behemoth. All right, the Behemoth. That's the one. Okay, I didn't think about that one. There it is.
I don't know if I've seen this yet.
You have not. I don't
Oh,
think.
wow. That's very interesting. What's in his mouth?
I don't know. Let me look and see. Can't see. I'm
John
looking at
Monk.
the stream.
Thank you very much, John Monk. Gifted us 5 cents.
I think that might be an artifact, or he's carrying a lightsaber in his mouth. One of the two.
He's wielding a lightsaber.
Oh, Agile. Thank you. Man, this chat's been amazing. You guys have been so good today with the subs and the biddies and stuff. Wow. Thank you so
Jeremy,
much.
what is in his mouth?
I don't think he
Thank
knows.
you, Agile Monk. Very, very, very much appreciated.
It's a halfling.
That's a cool picture. It's a halfling. There you go. That's a very cool picture.
Thank you so
it's
much,
energy,
Agile.
so it's shooting some kind of beam of energy.
Oh, it's an energy. Okay. All right. So it is a lightsaber, sort of. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I thought it was a page header too, Cassiopeia. Yeah, that's I guess not. Look, is the Behemoth wielding a lightsaber? Ray tells. Look, Kadora said they're all saying lightsabers. I was right. I was vindicated by the crowd.
Odd One Man has a question. Can you make a how to play CNC with GMs in mind? Start how to fill out player sheet from the beginning so that GMs become better than you, or at least think it and put it out so all can find it. Yes, this is something we've talked about for quite a while. Is getting some short tutorials out, 1-2 minute tutorials, how to do this, how to do that. I know Grace has done the very first one and gotten that out. And we're going to accelerate this stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do it or Grace is going to do it. We also have, and I haven't even told Chuck about this, we've got we're working on getting a new group out. People have never played a role-playing game. Grace is going to be running it because she's a very, very new CK, so that we can all kind of watch. You guys can watch how she learns as she becomes a CK and starts running, and this will be a Twitch show. So we've got more stuff coming in the very near future to help everybody kind of dive in, whether it's to dive into the hobby or to dive in the game, just to make it a little bit easier. And Odd One, what I would like to do, we've got a small hiccup. Is that a small hiccup? I've asked Dakota to replicate printing the 5x5 by 8x5 books in the print shop. And as soon as he has done that, it's just take him a couple of days because there's a whole lot of nuance to getting the measurements correct. We will get the GM's Tricks of the Trade out. And what I would like to do with GM's Tricks of the Trade, we've got a whole lot of videos on those from Twitch streams. But the problem with the Twitch streams and the GM's Tricks of the Trade is that it's an hour long for five tricks, for 5 tricks of the trade. And what it really needs to be is a short video that just, with no real questions, that just immediately gets in. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. So, because no one wants to search through an hour's worth of content to find an answer to their question, right? They need it very quick. So that's once GM's Tricks of the Trade come out, Chuck and I will sit down and kind of iron out a way to do short videos on the GM's Tricks. So here's the book. Here's the video.
That would be wonderful. That would be good.
Yeah,
that would
I think it would be very cool.
I
And we
was
just train
terrified
very
you
fast.
were terrified you were going to say me and Chuck's going to sit down. I'm going to have him go through all the YouTube videos and catalog. I was like, oh God,
Oh my God, no!
you better
No,
buy me
that-
some whiskey or something, some bourbon.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we got most of them up on YouTube. I think they are,
They
but
probably
I
are.
watched a few about 6 months ago, and it's just too much to weed through. We all do it. We all go to YouTube. I want
And we're also discussing. You're also discussing with the viewers in those. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
right. We all go to YouTube and we want to learn how to fix the plumbing underneath our sink. So, but we don't want to watch the first minute and a half of the plumber talking, so we just skip forward, right?
Right.
I want to leave all of that out, and it's just going to be this
Number
is how you roll
one.
initiative. Yes, roll initiative. Boom,
And,
go.
and to be honest with you, we could probably do them. You know what? We could do them really fast, actually.
Yeah, one trick, one video. So you don't.
We
have
could
to
sit here
read
for an
through
hour and do a shit ton of them, just over
Yeah,
and over.
Just shoot them out. No, and I don't want a whole bunch. It'll just say Troller Games presents or whatever. Go. Yeah, 5 seconds. Go.
No, that's
so we
easy.
don't have to weed through anything. It's one of the things that I know the internet has exhausted all of us with the shit that we got to weed through to get to what we actually want to, learn from, which is great. Everybody's got to do what they got to do, but there you go. I've been slowly working through the playlist of Jim Tricks of the Trade to and from work. Yeah, I think a little bit of videos would help a little bit. YouTube has videos, timestamps, which you can label, so you can do one large video with stuff. Oh, there you go. Maybe that's the way to do it. And Donkey Juice may be onto it right there. However we do it so that you can, I guess that's true. I listen to some music that way. You can click and go to this song. Here's Blondie's Heart of Glass. Blah, 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 blah. I just like all the books of random tables. I have tons of shit to weed through to find a table that helps. And there's got to be a way to just make the information more accessible fast. And what would be really nice if you're running a game, you got a question, you go to Jim Tricks of Trade and like the timestamp, whatever. You go to, okay, this is a good way to handle this. This is I shouldn't even say a different way to handle that. Because a lot of it is, we all have our own ways of doing things, but sometimes it helps, as with these streams, it always helps me. So to look at things a little bit differently, that's always a good thing. That's exactly the type of content we'd like to for our new site. That would be great, Alan. I need to give you a shout. I think we're due for a meeting or something soon. A new player and do it, and then you might get all the questions. GMGT website. I just think it's it's on the docket too. And like I said, Grace has done the first, so hopefully we can get more out of it coming down the pipe. Any more questions rolling around?
No, we are in good shape today. Everybody, I think, is just here to listen to you.
Jibber jabber.
I did have a
Well, go ahead and do it.
nothing.
Okay, so I'm going to do a very, very, very fast
Oh, that's right.
rundown of the Kickstarter so everybody knows where we are. It's going to be very, 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 very fast. Green London, I don't know, what was the question? When is the next meeting? Probably tomorrow or Thursday at the latest, Jeremy. We're way overdue for a company meeting. You're my workout podcast today at the gym. Excellent, Darklight, excellent. Let me work for you. I've discovered podcasts on my traveling lately. I've started listening to a whole lot of alien podcasts. I see Travis Perry. What about getting the Crusader? Oh, man, I would love. You know what? I'm going to text.
We
Tyler.
have somebody that's been asking me about doing it, but I haven't talked to him.
I'm going to text Tyler right now.
We could get him.
Hey, what do we have to do to get you to do the Crusader podcast again? All right, let's wait. Let's see what Tyler says. Tyler has been.
He's not on here today.
Yeah, he isn't on here today.
Strange, but yeah, we had.
We
need to get
make the APP phase. What is APP? Is that Apple?
That's app. He's talking
App
about the
phase.
character manager as an app. In other words, I think Green's wanting to know. So Green, it's out for web and for Android. We still don't have it for Apple yet. That's giving us a little bit of a problem, but we're getting there.
Yeah, it continues to be devilous. So hopefully, in the next month or so. Actually, I haven't checked in with Scott for a while, so I need to do that.
Yeah,
see what's
we need to
happening.
see what's going on with all that.
Unless I hope you're enjoying the reading. It is wall to wall content without a doubt.
Oh, and I saw your comment about Grace a while ago. Who said that? I think it was Agile, maybe, not sure 100%, about Grace, and that was really kind of. Yeah, Agile, really appreciate the kind words. I will pass that message on along to her. She is doing a great job, absolutely.
She's doing fantastic.
She's become very important to us, so really appreciate her.
Excellent, Jeremy. That is probably 4 rooms too long, but 6 will be fine. Yeah, try the Android Greenlander. That should work. Still working on the multi-classing in Manager. I thought it did multi-classing. Does it not?
It does not.
Maybe it does. It does not. Okay, no.
Not yet. No. That's a whole
Yeah,
nother
none of the-
barrel of worms.
None of the players at my table will let any of the players at my table use the character manager.
That's interesting.
Paper sheets or nothing. It's really funny.
That is funny. That is funny. I bet for some reason, I could see Dakota being one of the proponents of that. I don't know why, but
Yeah,
he's
it's-
just kind
I
of
think
old
it's
school.
all of them.
Well, they
They
kind
won't
of are.
even
though.
use. They won't even use the dice roller. They don't want anything to do. They want dice, paper, and pencils. It's very
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
They're all younger than 24 or whatever, 23.
Right.
The future is now paper and pencil. Oh, that's a good idea, Green Lantern. That's a very, very good idea. It's a good way to compile this. Oh, Lord, yes. Adobe Creative Cloud. Thank you very much. All right. Can you provide a link to the Android app? Throw that up there if you would, Chuck. I think you've got to go to the store and buy it on the store, then you get
do.
access to it. I think that's
There's
way
the
that
store. No, it's not. That's me.
yeah,
type
Jeremy
English.
always does. Always something.
There's a link to the store, and it's in the featured area still because I redid the featured product stuff this morning. It's still in there hanging out.
Yeah, I have the physical sheet and just DM the CK, the online one. Yeah. It's interesting. Everybody's got, a different way of doing it.
Yeah.
And the whole idea is to get all of these tools out there so that everybody, whoever wants to do whatever they want to do, can play Castles and Crusades in whatever format, whether it's VTT or pen and paper or an app or whatever anyone wants to do. That is the hope. Yeah, Jeremy. Wait,
Yes.
is the CNC girl now? Yes, we just released it yesterday. Let me go get that thing.
Yeah, I want to see one in your hands. I haven't gotten one, so I want to see what it looks like. Even though I ordered the damn thing.
So we did these a few years ago, and I used them a lot. And so I just asked Chuck to get us some new ones. And here it is. It comes with this fancy little pen, and it's actual bamboo. Now it's just notebook paper. It's just to keep, whatever notes or whatever. But I love these things. So
You know what really made me happy about it? I didn't realize it, but the fact that we bought those, they're donating money to a foundation for helping the environment. I thought that was kind of
very cool.
nice.
Yeah,
side thing.
bamboo is easy to grow, and it grows very, very fast. So for something like this, it's very cool. And I don't know what that is, but
I
like
can't
how-
remember the term that they used on there for that. I know what you're. Yeah. Do you like it?
Yes. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with it. It's
Good.
exactly
I
what
found
I
cheaper
want.
ones to go.
Yeah.
Now
Did you really?
today I was like, oh my god, that's like. But anyway.
That's the way it goes.
But yeah, Jeremy's right. I'd love to get some later on, Jeremy. That has a few extra little things that like grid paper and stuff. That would be amazing. But,
It'd be cool. It'd be very, very cool. I just like the idea of it. Of course, the dice are back in stock, so if you want to get some dice, snatch those up.
oh yeah, we've got dice packs. Oh, and David Nixon 76 asked, where can I get a TLG unit patch?
Oh yeah, those should be on the store, right?
They're in
Or
the
25,
featured
20.
product area, actually.
25-20, yeah. We've got it all going on. We need to get a good mug now. Is what we need. A good.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I've got some ideas I want to push on you. I've realized I've now learned the borders of how you shop for stuff. If it's something you don't give a shit about, then it's what about do it. But if you really like it, so I've been looking something really good that you'll like. Now, I would like to have a really honest to God nice coffee mug. I'm telling you, like a really nice.
I would like to have a good coffee mug. Would be very 20 ounce mug. Yes.
Yeah.
I think it would be very cool. Really, the line for me is useful stuff. I just don't like all the junk that's made that has a logo. I got a logo on it, whatever, that no one's ever going to use. We did bottle openers one year and sold them all.
I've still got mine.
Still see those because people use bottle openers.
You can't even read CNC on mine anymore. It's just green.
Oh yeah, mine's faded, guys. It's green, gold, whatever. There's hardly any left of it. So
yeah. Oh, you know what else? Where's it at? Find it now. I had it the other day. My granddaughter probably took it. I found one of those rulers we made one year. Remember those rulers?
Oh yeah. The little blue
My
rulers.
granddaughter had it the other day walking around with it. I don't
That's
know.
hilarious. Did I miss a Kickstarter? No, we have not done the updates yet. Question: how are the codex rewrites going? Let's see. I talked to him very, 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 very briefly about that yesterday. He's almost done with Finland, and I think that, while I know he's taking this weekend, his wife and little one are going to go away for the weekend. And I think he's going to try to finish the Finnish book, the Finland book, which would be fantastic.
That's awesome. He's really getting on it. That's great.
Oh yeah.
I mean, considering all the editing we've been throwing at him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's got to edit too, and that's the primary.
He's making me look
And then-
bad.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that next year we start early on, start seeing a release of these things quite a bit, because he's got most of Germania, Nordica, and the Finnish book done. I mean, probably 80% of each one. He's very meticulous, so he's wanting to add this and add that, whatever. But and I've seen the outlines, so I'm really hoping to see those things fall together very, very quickly. Once he's done with his stuff, he will get with Jeremy and a little bit me and a little bit Chuck and things, but mostly Jeremy, to get some classes in there that fit well and make sure they're written stylistically correctly for Finn's sake, but mechanically for the game's sake. And
Right.
Jeremy's become a past master at that. So having waded through the monster book for
Oh,
one
he's
end
definitely
to
the
the other,
past master, definitely for
Yeah.
sure.
he got it down. I gotta send you something, Jeremy. I can't remember one of the titles needs updated with the new stat blocks on, but I can't remember what it is. I sent the covers out to do whatever. Is he designing anything mechanical? So he's got the idea of what it does, and you'll make it mechanical. So that's how that'll break down. And we're not going to do a whole lot. There's going to be like 35 classes. It'll be like 4 classes. I'm gonna max it out. I think it's going to be 4 because I don't want tons and tons and tons of classes flooding everything. But each one will be built for the setting. Like the only thing I can think of is the Berserker, but I don't even think he's doing the Berserker. I think he's doing there's other stuff. Stall that in there somewhere. Yeah, class bloat, and we don't want any of that. We got the 13 core classes, and then we've got the Adventurer's Backpack, and then there's even more beyond that. But we don't. The more beyond that is something that really needs to stay on the periphery. Did to complete your work with the Monster Manual? He did. He is done. He is done with the Monster Manual. Well, he's still heralding the art. But the book itself, Sundance, has gone on into editing and should be back and ready for layout on Monday. That is the plan there. So we are barreling ahead on these. I'm very, very happy with it. I entered the last of Finn's edits in the Hermit today, and he found a bunch of very, very tiny little things that no one else had found, which is fantastic. So I'm very confident that once Finn starts reading the Player's Handbook, which he will do, he will get the printed version of the PHB on Monday to do a final edit, and then that book's going to the press. So I'm just super jazzed on all of them. PHB should be up for all settings. Any of the classes are up to the CK. Yeah, that's it right there.
All right.
The PHB is the cornerstone of all of it. It is time to wrap up.
Did you get your update out for the Kickstarters?
I didn't, but I'm going to do it in less than 180 seconds because it's all good news on all of them. So, Amazing Adventures should start shipping in the next couple of weeks. Some of them will ship this week. The books are already in hand, so we're golden on that. The Armory book, the Adventurer's Armory. The Armory is done. The Monsters Armory, we've got about half of the art, and the War Mounts is done. As soon as the rest of that art comes in, it goes to the printer. So we're hoping in the next 2 to 3 weeks, it's off of the printer as well.
Nice.
Reforged, ready to go to the printer in the next week or so. It's just really an editing thing. We've got to do our final passes on it and layout for the monster book. And I think we need 6 pictures or something for that. The Hermit is at the printers right now. I uploaded all of the files except for the leather book. I'll get that up in the morning. Mel is hammering that out. And then that's off our desk, and it'll get printed as soon as we get the hardcover back. We'll get the slipcase done, and then ship that guy out. And lastly is the GFW series, and I did not read it. Dan wrote me an exhaustive comparison analysis of the Nation Builder between what came out before and what he's got now. It's very exhaustive. I'll read it sometime this week, but that too should be the cover. Jason will start on the covers in about 2 weeks. As soon as he's done with the Last of the Dragons, the Platinum Dragon. And lastly, we got Exaltum Infernum. Infernum is in layout, and Exaltum, Jason has a good head on what's coming next. So, and Peter will start the art next week. So, all good. Did I make it? Did I make it in 180 seconds? Chuck, did I make it?
You went over 1 second. Sorry.
Damn it!
No!
Almost. Yes, Malaki. We are about halfway through the art on the Monsters Armory. As soon as the last of that art comes in, it'll roll into layout. Shouldn't be too long. It really shouldn't be too long. Jeremy and I were talking about that this morning. Probably need a couple more artists on deck to finish that up quickly, because it's just so much. And Peter got burned out with the other book. But the bad news is I'm fixing to ask Peter to do some more weapons art, but he can't kill me easily because he's in England.
That's right. He can't, what is he going to do? Draw some sort of attack? Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's about it. We will be back tomorrow with Chuck's stream in the morning, and then we'll be back Thursday for the roundup for the week.
That sounds
blah, 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 blah.
like a wonderful time.
Yeah, Milwaukee Peter's been his art has just been knocking. He did the Medusa. He did 4 things, the Ghoul. These things, he's just been doing a fantastic job. Everybody's been doing such a great job around here. It's crazy. Thank you, A Wolf Alone. I'm going to go make a flat iron steak and some macaroni and cheese for dinner.
Sounds like a good one.
Because no one else can eat it except Pete. So there you go.
All right, everybody. Thank you for everybody coming out. We'll see you. I'll be around in the morning streaming, and we'll be back Thursday, like Steve said. You guys just have a great week, and hit us up if you need anything. We appreciate you so much.
We'll be here.
All right, have a good night.